What is up? It's another episode of Dynasty Pylon. Today, it was a shock. Allegations, changing team names, and hiring of coaching. It was just a little bit of mix of everything, and I'm okay with it. It is what it is. We get it every year. Things happen. Things change. People don't like it. They get adjusted. Boo-hoo. Get over it. First and foremost, I guess we should probably break into the allegations of Brian Flores.
Yeah, pretty big.
Big right now. So, other than that, it was the Commanders. Everyone's kind of complaining about the name, but the Brian Flores allegations right now, I guess due to racial slurs, I'm sure you probably knew a little bit more than I did. Do you want to talk about this?
So from what I read and saw, he's suing the NFL, the Dolphins, the Broncos. Is that it?
And the Giants.
And the Giants. I was like, there was a third team.
Yeah.
For racial inequality.
Right.
And I guess he has text messages that Bill Belichick has as evidence.
Yeah. Which is wild to me. So we might see a Kaepernick 2.0, but the only thing is Brian Flores is a good coach. I think he is. And I think when everyone heard that he got fired, it was kind of a big, like, whoa. So there was also rumors saying that they told him to tank.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the biggest shocker for me, though.
The
ownership of the Dolphins, $100,000 for every game you lose.
Yeah. So it seemed like he kept his promise the first half of the season and then probably said, all right, I'm set. I don't know. Hopefully, I wonder if this was like a big plan for him to save those. If that's true, he probably saved each game's paycheck, right? Saved it somewhere. I don't know if he invested it or planning on using that to get out or something, and then decided, all right, now it's time to win. Look, the Dolphins did great. I think they're going to do great. They're a couple of pieces away from actually being a big giant threat.
The cheating allegations are from his first season with the Dolphins, like 2020.
Yeah. So I just feel like it's weird knowing all this and seeing all this, especially now that the season's kind of over. And it's just like he just waited till afterwards. I guess this is probably the best opportune moment to do it. There is a chance he might not be able to coach again, but he's a strong candidate for the Saints and Vikings.
Breaking news: the Vikings just hired a head coach.
Never mind. Oh, that's the one. Okay, so I jumped ahead. That was the one. Jim Harbaugh? No.
Rams offensive coordinator Kevin O'Connell, who is white.
Who was Jesus.
That's not helping. I'm just saying it's not helping the NFL's
You're right.
Look there.
But yeah, Jim Harbaugh called Michigan to inform the school that despite interviewing with the Vikings today, he will be returning to the school for the 22 season. So Jim Harbaugh will not be in the NFL.
Nope.
So that's where I thought Jim Harbaugh. But yeah, it's just interesting. So who was it again for Vikings?
The offensive coordinator for the Rams, Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell. So after next weekend, he'll fly out to Minnesota?
Well, 2 weekends.
Well, 2 weekends. Well, yeah, but I mean...
So, yeah, after the season, he'll probably, like, right after the Super Bowl, he'll leave the Rams and join the Vikings.
I mean, I'm sure he'll take a week off. Maybe. First, we'll see. So let's get into these new Washington Commanders. As a Washington football fan yourself, how do you feel all about it?
Well, Daniel Snyder said it best, the worst kept secret in football, because Brady was freaking messaging me last night, like pictures of the uniforms, pictures of like all this stuff.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
And I was just like, what is even left for tomorrow?
No, all right. I get their press conference. But how do you feel though? Like, do you like it? Is it something you can like? I don't know. Tell me what you think about it.
I don't hate it. I wasn't sure, but then after listening to a Ron Rivera interview, I don't know, it kind of grew on me a little bit because he was talking about how he likes the name Commanders because it gives him and the players like something to like live up to as an organization, like being leaders and not just on the field, but on off the field and in the community and stuff like that. And I was like, well, that's kind of a cool way to look at it, I guess.
Right.
I don't hate it. Like I said, I don't love it. I was just waiting more for the uniforms, which I think 2 out of the 3 look pretty nice.
They're not bad. I don't mind it.
I don't dig the white ones. No, it looked better on Chase Young and with the helmet. I will admit that. The first time I saw them, it was just a uniform, like a picture of a uniform.
Yeah.
Nobody wearing it or anything. And I was just like,
but this is what we're looking at. So, basically this right here. So Chase Young in the middle.
Yeah, so when I see it right here with Chase Young in the middle with the helmet, I'm like, that actually doesn't. The only thing that's weird though is like the black one and the white one, like have kind of the same numbering, and then the white one, the numbering on that one is like completely different.
Right.
Like the font for it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think I like it though. I mean, it's not it again. It didn't bother me. Everyone was crying about it, and
I'm just 100% like amazingly awesome that they brought the stripe back. That helmet over here on the far left, I could not stand. Just the blank red helmet. No, the white, the Washington football team helmet. The ones on the left, they're just blank red with a number.
Those you're talking about the old school one.
Yes.
Yeah, where that's the thing of the past.
I was like, if you want to have, I don't understand. Like, just put the stripe back.
Yeah, no, that was and then you know what matches up with that uniform? That uniform was matching up with the it didn't have the stripe or the white stripe on the sleeve or the number on the sleeve. It was just plain.
Yep.
So I didn't like that jersey. It was really weird to me. I actually have one of those. It was an Antonio Gibson one, and it's very plain. Thank God it was from the guy. I told him, hey man, this is possible to get the original one. He's like, oh yeah, no problems. Yeah. But it, other than that though, it didn't bother me. I'm interested in what these black ones definitely look like when they play. Are they going all black, right?
Yeah, I am too. That was the other thing. I was like, black. That's different.
I like it.
I know a lot of people were saying they look like the Falcons, or I know a certain somebody said outside of the little bit of red, it almost would be a Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, no, it looks different. It looks different.
It's fine. I think they'll just do fine. So, I think it actually gives them a little purpose, something new. From the last season, it was atrocious. It kind of gives them a little something. Sometimes all it takes is a new atmosphere, a new name for these guys. We've seen it before with professional teams. I don't know. Some people were saying they should have just kept it out of the Washington football team. I'm like, I know, but everyone didn't. I feel like it was just plain. Like,
well, if they kept it as the Washington football team, they could have still had the W and the stripe. It would have looked a lot cleaner, I think.
Yeah, but the new W looks nice. I like the new W.
No, I like it.
So again, it didn't bother me. Unfortunately, some people didn't like it, and that's fine. But it didn't bother me at all. I thought it was nice. I thought it was okay. It gives them something a little, something to look forward to. I know when you get new jerseys on your teams, like, oh, these look sick. I think they're probably going to be more excited for the black ones. My only thing is, when will they probably roll out these jerseys on certain days, like the black ones, particularly?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming. I'm assuming those are both home, maybe in Dallas, because I know Dallas likes to go white.
Yeah,
for their home game. So
yeah. So now we're gonna get Commanders versus the Cowboys.
Oh, see.
Interesting. Yeah. So
yeah, that's the one thing. Okay, so old school Redskins, we had a song, "Hail to the Redskins." Yes. And then like HTTR. So I'm really sad that it's not an R.
Yeah. There was a lot of names for the R too. A lot of candidates.
Well, I think they wanted Red Wolves, which is an animal native to the area. But because of douchebag McGee,
Yeah,
or pardon my language,
McKinley or whatever,
or whoever decided he was going to go. And I don't know if you heard about this guy, but there was a guy like
trademarked everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. But there was like I think
like
3
5
names
or 6 years ago.
Yeah, there was like three or four names that he was willing to give up for free, but there's always a cost.
Yeah, there is. And unfortunately, one of the things he did, and he had like the copyright, he had a website, like he bought everything was Red Wolves.
Yeah.
So it was a little sad.
And that's what people don't really know. That's people just think it took them 2 years for this name and this is what we got. I'm like, okay, first of all, they've been battling for 2 years to get a name, but then you got this douche on the side getting every name out of the book, so preventing them to actually pick a name. Tell me, people who are watching, you think it's that easy to pick up a fantasy football team name?
Right?
Like that takes like a couple of days. All right. And then eventually the season starts. So you just kind of just don't even do it. You put your name in there. Like these guys are this is now an organization that they have to, it's not easy. They have to come up with something that's going to be their foreseeable future. The Commanders is what they chose, and this is what we're getting. Would I've accepted Red Wolves? Would I've accepted Red Tails? Yes. Now, there was a story I read about the Red Tails. The fans liked it, but then they didn't, and only because if they lost, they would think that they lost because they got a booty spanking from the other team, and they would walk away with Red Tails. So I thought that was pretty funny.
I kind of liked Red Tails too, because I don't know if you know the actual story of the Red Tails, the black firefighter.
It was
World War II,
and a lot of people don't know that.
There was 5 of them, and 3 of the 5 are actually from Washington D.C.
Yeah, so they actually had a movie of it.
Yeah.
So it was. I liked it. You know, what would have been the new symbol of like a red baron fighting? I don't know, something.
I'm sure you could have come up with like a cool like fighter jet logo.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't know that. So I think they just kind of went with Red Tails. Red Tails, they thought as like a foxtail. I'm like, no.
But I think that was another one that the guy trademarked too.
He did. But again, willing to give it away for free, but there's always a cost.
Because when they first released that 8 and they said that the final one is on that list of 8, the first thing they said is, oh, Red Wolves is on there. They said, don't get your hopes up for Red Tails because there was too much litigation and court stuff to try to get that name.
Right.
Like they abandoned it. I think that was what they were really leaning towards, to be honest.
Yeah. So
because the fact that they came out and said that means that they were actually looking into what it would take to get the name.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like after seeing and waking up all that and just kind of just hearing about it, and I'm like, it didn't bother me that much. It really didn't. No. I don't know. But other than that, we are officially, we have 32 names in the books. As for every single team now has a mascot as a team. So yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit about coaching. We talked about a little bit. Jim Harbaugh is not going to be in the NFL. He's going to go back to Michigan. So as for dang, I can't remember his name because you heard about it. I didn't. OC from Rams. How do you think that's going to change the outlook for the Vikings?
I mean, I'm going to assume. I mean, obviously, we can look at each other and go, Sean McVay runs that offense.
Yeah, easily.
But he's the offensive coordinator, so he's sitting there learning from Sean McVay. And I don't think you can argue with the success that Sean McVay has.
Right.
And say, I mean, offensively, I feel like the Vikings will be on the upswing. Because I feel like the Rams, I know every once in a while they were like, they had that little bit of a rut during the middle of the season, but for the most part, like, they were like, what? I didn't think them score less than like 24 points a game.
Right.
So
when I think of this now, this God, you're gonna have to say his name again. What was his name again?
Kevin O'Connell.
All right. I know him, and it's just not triggering because again,
I have to keep looking at my watch if it makes you feel.
I mean, you just told me like just before we went on. So
I just scroll, look at Kevin O'Connell. That's it.
This wasn't part of our show, but we're gonna talk about it.
I literally like looked and my watch went off and it said Vikings to announce a new head coach. I was like, oh.
So perfect. You know what? Now this changed the Vikings atmosphere. Sorry you're a little late to the show, dude. It's fine. You're our boss. You don't even have to watch our show. We know who you are, Tank. Unless it's Fredo,
yeah, right?
And if it's Fredo, you probably should pay attention. But
what do you guys think of the Vikings' new coach,
or anything in general? Like I'm gonna say what I think. I now think that Dalvin Cook could last a little bit longer in the season now. I think that there might be a little bit more pass heavy rather than relying on Dalvin Cook.
But not just that, but if you look at the Rams, they like to run 2 running back system.
Yeah, so we might see a little more
Madison,
RB2 Madison up in there. Yeah,
and Madison looked pretty good this past year. I'm not gonna lie. So.
I think he's slowly going to take over.
Yeah, it could be a really dangerous. I think offensively they look good. The potential could be there. I mean, I don't know what they're doing at quarterback. I keep hearing Cousins is going to the Steelers. So,
Keelan Mond, which is not bad.
Yeah,
I mean, look what Davis Mills did. I'm pretty sure Keenan Mond is a lot better than Davis Mills.
Mm-hmm.
And we like Davis Mills. We or not Davis Mills. Keenan Mond. We actually liked him in the Senior Bowl last season.
Yeah.
So and which we'll get into it tomorrow. The Senior Bowl is this Saturday, so we'll probably talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, other than that though, I see the Vikings changing the way they're gonna play. All right, so is the Rams offensive score hired already? Rest in peace, Vikings fans. Yeah. I mean, I don't think so. I think this is an opportune time for them to.
Well, it's not official because he's still playing a game. So.
Well, yeah,
he's still coaching a game. Yeah, it said at the end of the notification, it said won't be official until after the Super Bowl, after
Super Bowl, right? So next week Sunday. So, but we're excited for this weekend. Tomorrow night, we're gonna hit about the bowl that probably nobody knows about, nobody cares about except for you and me. Is the Shrine Bowl. So of course we'll talk more about it tomorrow, and I don't expect any views tomorrow.
You said Shrine Bowl, and I was you should have just said East versus West, and then I would have known exactly what you were talking.
Oh, really? It's the Shrine Bowl, man.
But I've never heard it called the Shrine Bowl.
I'm not gonna degrade it what it is. But
I had to Google like the Shrine. I was like, oh, it's when the East and the West go against each other. Okay.
Yeah. So
that.
Where the Pro Bowl is what? American versus Is it West and East again? No. What is Pro Bowl? Damn it! I keep forgetting. It's West and East. Yeah.
Well, it used to be AFC versus NFC.
No, not the Pro Bowl. I'm sorry, my mistake. The
Senior Bowl.
Yes, thank you. The recent Senior Bowl.
I think the Senior Bowl is
American versus National, right? Is that what
that's what they're called? But I think it's just like the coaches do like a draft thing, and they just split up the kids. Because it's like certain conferences go to one coach, other conferences go to the other.
Yeah, and
because usually they keep all the kids from the same school on the same side. I think.
Right. So if you're a Dynasty player, this is kind of the game you want to watch. Tomorrow's might be a game you want to watch, not so as much. So the thing about Senior Bowl is if they graduated, they don't have to be a senior. If they graduated, they could be in there and they'll be there. So, but we're gonna talk more about this tomorrow because we don't want to ruin what we have today. So let's jump into the IDP prospect that we have, Demone Clark. Is a linebacker out of LSU, and lately LSU has been putting up some pretty good damn players.
Right. So how many do they have in this freaking Super Bowl?
In the Pro Bowl? Jeez, I don't know.
No, I said the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, a good handful of them, and most of them Bengals.
Odell Beckham is Rams.
Mm-hmm. So here's Damone Clark. We have at a 4-year player here, so freshman didn't really do anything. So then the 2019 sophomore years is 14 total games with 17 solos, 33 assists, and 50 total tackles. So kind of getting in that first year role into the assignment of what he's doing at LSU. And then you could clearly see something happened his junior year. I must have gotten hurt, but he still put up just enough numbers that he did in his sophomore year with less games. So definitely talented, picked up his game, got better. His senior bowl is senior game is definitely senior year. Jesus, I'm all over the place. Is where he definitely put up his numbers. But a total of 249. So not bad. And then fumbles, 2 of them, forced fumble recoveries, 1, pass deflections, 4. So a little bit of everywhere, and he's got himself an interception. So not so much of a sack guy, but that's okay. Anything that you have different
but if
on
he
your
plays
side?
more of a coverage middle linebacker to still get like 5.5 sacks in 12 games is pretty good.
Yeah. So let me get this up in here, and then we'll watch a little film and then evaluate from what we think.
I like this 23 tackles for 15 in 2021. Jesus.
Yeah, just a little bit. So let's remove his stats here. Let's go over Demone Clark and see what we think of him. So out of LSU, so it looks like he's a leader, which pretty good. We always want that. Let me fast forward his interview here.
Want to hear something crazy?
What's up?
He's not in CBS's 150 top prospects.
Really? He's climbing up the board, so maybe this guy can prove us wrong here. That was a good forced fumble right there. Went nice and low after the ball. That was the one fumble recovery that he had. I mean, LSU kind of produces guys regardless. So I'm liking what I see so far from what I've heard. Let me move this here. Get us down here. We're not all up in the way. There we go. Build up a little bit. I mean, not as agile, not as quick as the other linebackers we have been kind of showcasing, but he does his job. I see kind of like a 3rd rounder, maybe.
Dude, he has good play recognition. Like, did you see on that last one? Like, he was moving before they hiked it, and he went right to where they were running it.
Which one?
It was like, yeah, that one.
This one
Yeah,
right?
like if you see him, he's right here. He moves up, and then when he hikes it, he's right there where the ball is.
I feel like the running back went to it though. Sure, that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Or was it this one?
Well, if you look at him before the play.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like he kind of came up, like rather than
watch, and then he came up, and then I mean that might have just been him. He was blitzing, but
well, I think he read it though because he dropped.
That's what I'm saying. Like
he was back, and then
and then all of a sudden he comes up. As I say, it's good play recognition. There he is again. This instead of like going to it, you see how he waited.
Oh, that faked me. I thought the runner was already past the line. He got him in the backfield.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
So
Nice.
Look at that play recognition again. It's not bad.
Oh, he's a smart guy, so that's good.
You see why he's moving up the charts.
You know who he reminds me of, and I know this, you probably won't like this, but he kind of reminds me of Bobby Wagner. Doesn't fully go out blitz, but he reads very well.
Oh, I don't know why you say I wouldn't like it, but I can see it.
Well, because everyone's like, oh, Bobby Wagner's the best. And,
no, I know, but from that last game I saw where he was freaking everywhere that one game.
Yeah.
I can't remember who he was playing, but
it was Washington. It was because
was it Washington? Yeah, it was
because
Washington.
you were giving me props for double stacking both Antonio Gibson and Wagner.
That's why I was watching it, because it was Washington.
Not a high sack guy, which could be, you know, like Bobby Wagner's not doesn't get sacks all the time, but he definitely knows.
Did you see that one? He's sitting there pointing to the other guy like, hey, you need to do this. And then he followed the guy who ends up getting the ball.
I missed it. Let's go back.
He literally was like, you.
My bad.
That's the kind of stuff I like watch. That's him.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
And then he goes to the guy who gets the ball. Like, I could just be luck. That could just be luck that he just seems to know where the ball's going to go. But...
That or, I think he kind of knows what he's doing. Like I said, he's not. He reminds me a lot of Bobby Wagner.
Not a pick. Yep.
Yeah. He's not a big blitzer, but he definitely knows what he's reading and what he's like looking at. He could read the offense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what this play was about, but sure, let's have Clark just stand over his hurt body. There he's in the middle, kind of reads him, see him. Ooh, he's got some speed. He was scared to get hit. He was scared to get hit.
Felt the shoe go flying?
Yeah.
I was like, what is that black thing that just sort of flew on the field?
Not a Clark play, but okay. I don't know. I kind of see a lot of read option here. Definitely knows where the ball's going. So again, let me throw up his stats real quick. So that way you can. I don't know if there's anything that you have differently from what I brought. I have here.
That's a tight end. Those stats are going to be.
Yeah. No, I got it. So supposedly another linebacker that's predicted to go to the Buffalo Bills. So if he goes to the Buffalo Bills, he seems smart. He jumped up lately in the ranking. I don't know if it has to be with the Shrine Bowl and the Senior Bowl coming up. Maybe he moved up that he's higher than Chad Muma, who we had Chad Muma last week, and we liked Chad Muma. At least I did. Blitzed a lot, almost DN linebacker. I think you said he's good at comparison to Micah Parsons, plays that DN linebacker, Chad Muma, right?
Yeah.
So Demone Clark kind of reminds me of a smarter linebacker, doesn't really necessarily blitz, but he knows what he's reading. So he's 6'3", 245.
That's big.
That's a linebacker. I mean, that guy could just bat a ball away. If they had,
right.
Not entirely too bad. Out of LSU, so I see
explains why he's not quite as fast as the others because he's a bit bigger. But I mean, sometimes you can make up for that by knowing where the ball's going to go.
yeah, and sometimes if like I said, if you're smart enough to know where the ball's going, if you could read the defense, then I think you're just fine. So yeah, not too bad. I like what I see out of Damone Clark out of LSU, middle linebacker. Again, 6'3", 245, and is supposed to be in the second round, 57th overall pick to Buffalo, according to some charts. But yeah, do you have anything different about him?
No. I mean, okay. He looked really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So
I kind of keep on your radar. Maybe taxi squad him.
Yeah.
He can be good in a year or two.
He's a taxi guy to me.
I think so.
Hopefully not a starter, because I think there's better starters out there, but he's a taxi guy for sure. Don't do what you did and bench Nick Bolton in taxi squad. I feel like Nick Bolton could have done you better. I really think he did. You disagree? I don't know. You had him on your taxi squad.
No, there's maybe 2 games where I probably should have played him, but
who else you had? Edmonds and
well, I was running with Leonard and Watt most of the year.
Right. But now you're gonna have an extra spot.
And then when I was finally thinking about bringing him up, I got Quinn, who actually kind of went off towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I got him instead of you.
Freaking bastard. I was like, it was funny. It was the week I needed him, but I was iffy because of stupid COVID hit the Browns hard, and it was Myles Garrett is weak. I was like, I don't know if I need.
Well, that's what happened with me. I lost Leonard and Watt, and I was like, crap. And I think that was one of the games where I should have just moved Bolden, because I think that was the week he got like 17 or 18 points.
Yeah, it was like 18 points. I think we were making fun of you because I think we had a primetime Josh game.
Yeah.
And we were making fun of you and Braden were.
Yeah.
So yeah. Our next guy, we have Isaiah Likely, tight end. Now we're jumping into tight ends. So we have a college tight end who hopefully he can jump on. If you're part of the Nerd Huddle already, you already know who he is. That's Brian Waller. He actually got himself into the combine, and I think that was the day he realized there's a bigger, much better, faster animal than him. But you can't say that he did make the combine. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, when we're talking about the tight ends, we're only talking about 4 of them, so it's not too big. There's no Kyle Pitts, Cole Kmet, Farmouth. None of those guys are no fan. None of those guys are coming out this year. But it's always nice to have, a lookout for a tight end, because nobody knew who the hell Will Disley was until a couple years ago. So, and then, Big Montana is what they call him. So, I think speaking of him, I think he'll come back and he'll play pretty good if he's still in Seattle, but because they got Everett. But we'll see. Anyways, besides the point, we're going to talk about Isaiah Likely.
6'4", 240 pounds, out of Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, there you go. Brian is big.
They are the Chanticleers. Did not know that. Did not know that. The Chanticleers. Out of
Coastal Carolina. Yeah, the Chanticleers. So Tank put up, Brian is big. He's a big guy. And then when he got there, he felt small, and that's crazy. And he's, So, again, the closest guy we know to the NFL. He's actually part of the Nerd Huddle. Hopefully, he can join us next week. If his schedule allows him, and we'll dig deep into at least next week or the following week. Hopefully the following week, 2 weeks from now, we'll talk about our last tight end, and then we'll jump into receivers. So he'll want to talk about a little bit of.
They say Brian went to Coastal Carolina.
Who?
What are you talking about? Why does it say Brian is big, then went there and felt small?
Yeah, well, he went to the combine.
Oh, combine. Okay.
Yeah, he went to the combine, and then that was basically it.
Oh, I didn't know he actually went to the combine. That's cool.
And you were saying Rockadoodle. Yeah. Out of what was it again? The Coastal Carolina what?
Chanticleers.
Chanticleers. Yeah, there you go. So
whatever
again,
Chanticleer is
6'4", 240.
Oh, sorry, Chanticleers. Chanticleers.
Oh, okay. All right. So Isaiah Likely out here. We have other tight ends. Actually, there is 5. There's Jeremy Ruchter out of Ohio State, and Charlie Collar out of Iowa State, and then Trey McBride is probably the one guy everyone's kind of looking at, and then Texas A&M Jalen Watermeyer, who we've also mentioned as well.
No Cole Turner.
What's that?
Cole Turner from Nevada. He's like 6'6".
Yeah, but I think his size is too big.
No, he weighs less than the other guys. He's 6'6", 240.
Well, we'll see. The rankings will change, and we'll bring him up eventually. So we'll see. If you want, we can showcase him too. I don't mind.
I know who he is. I just was looking.
We've changed our linebackers quite often because of we've had Smith. Brandon Smith was supposed to come on. We just decided to not show him.
He was 125 on the CBS list.
Who's this?
Brandon Smith.
Yeah.
But the other guy, the guy we just did today, wasn't on there.
Okay. So now Clark. I'm convinced this is Fredo.
Clark.
Chanticleer was the main character in 90s movies. So I don't know. Is this
okay?
Tank. I don't think this is Tank. This has to be Fredo. This has to be Fredo. And if it's Tank, don't admit that it's you, guy. Because you either he's got stone tablet duties tonight and going into the library and busting out these old shows. In the 90s movies, Rocket. All right, we're done. And it is Tank. Alfredo will talk about movies for the The 1930s. Okay. All right. Well, you are the spoiler king. Speaking of the spoiler kings,
a Chanticleer is a rooster, so that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, isn't that why he's bringing it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. Speaking of spoiler kings, because he is a spoiler king tonight, Sandy is going to break down freaking Peacemaker, Boba Fett, which is kind of coincidentally became the Mandalorian. And if you're watching right now and you don't know, then you'll know. And I think
Spoiler
they're doing
alert.
Hey, look, and if they're doing How I Met Your Father, she's all caught up and she's ready to go. So she's excited. And Tank says I was a 90s kid. So I watched the crap out of those movies. And I was like 10. Mark, I don't know. This is you. I think you and Tank are pretty much the same age.
I don't know if I've ever heard of Rockadoodle.
You're in late 30s, right? I'm not going to say your age, but late 30s, right? Late 30s? Yes? No?
Yeah, I'm 38.
Okay. Well, I think Tank is about your age. So, yeah, spoiler. Sandy's going to join them tonight while I go off to practice. So, I'm probably going to be at practice for a little bit and see how that goes. So, she's excited to do that, talk about what's going on at the Nerd Huddle. But anyways, let's talk about why we're talking about Isaiah Likely, the all famous Coastal Carolina tight end Isaiah Likely. So let's get that on the screen here. 6'4", 244, 240, right? Something like that. Some crap.
6'4", 240. That's what I got.
So let me pull up his film right now. Here we go. Again, not anything too crazy, but
good Lord, Trey McBride is 6'4", 260.
Yeah. Mind you, this is Carolina, and I would like to argue that the wind helped him, but hey.
Yeah, especially because it's on the coast too, because it's coastal.
Yes, yeah, it's coastal.
Lots of wind.
Ooh, what a grab!
Touchdown, nice.
I might. Do we see him this weekend or tomorrow? Maybe, potentially tomorrow.
I believe he is a senior, so we could see him in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah. So, I don't know if we'll so not bad. I mean, what was the one guy? Brandon Jordan? Brevin Jordan came out of nowhere too. This could be the next Brevin Jordan as well. And then Brevin Jordan, if you still don't know who he is, he's the sophomore tight end who I think is going to take over for Houston. I don't think Atkins is going to be. Ooh, he's got some speed, bro.
Well, they already got standouts on the Senior Bowl. I'm behind.
Who's this? Isaiah Likely?
No, Jermaine Johnson.
Oh, yeah. I was going to bring him up tomorrow.
Oh, I'm behind, man.
Don't. We'll save it till tomorrow during the lunch.
No, I'm not going to say anything else. I was just Jets and the Lions. That's the coaching staffs.
Hey, look. Well, don't they normally
get Brian Flores a coach last year?
Hold on, yeah, but don't they normally Brian? Well, don't they normally give it to the coaches who had the worst seasons? Because it was Carolina and
Jacksonville be there.
Well, if they could make it, typically it's the bottom 6 or something like that.
Gotcha.
And I think last year it was Carolina and Brian Flores. Which I
was gonna say, I remember Brian Flores being there.
It was Rule and Flores last year.
Yeah. Oh, it was Rule too. I do remember him being there.
Yeah. So
we're getting behind on this guy's tape. I gotta focus.
You want me to rewind a little bit?
No, you're good. Oh, nice.
I'll rewind a little bit. This guy seems pretty legit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to pay attention to this position because my team needs tight ends. So.
You don't need a tight end. Shut up.
No, my real football team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my dynasty team does not need a tight end.
Freaking bastard. This guy has Mark Andrews and he goes into the draft knowing he needs a running back, but this just to be spiteful, he picks up Kyle Pitts. And then for the rest of the season, he decides to go double tight all season, gets himself into the playoffs. Whatever. I'm here still struggling with freaking Tyler Higbee.
Hey, throw me a trade offer.
Okay. Yeah, you want the whole farm. I'm not giving you Gibson. I know that's who you want. This guy gets open. Gets open, man. I like him.
I've been noticing that, yeah.
How is it that this guy is not higher on the boards? These other tight ends must be immaculate compared to this guy, because this guy.
So that's what I like to see, those like over the middle. Let me get the high pass.
Yeah, and he reaches for it. I like him. Yeah. Isaiah Likely, everybody. Again, 6'4", 240. Look at this reach. Just right in the back. This guy towers over people, man. So let's look at his stats real quick. Pull them out, and then we'll kind of end the show there, or whatever we talk about. All right, so freshman year, sophomore, junior, and senior. Played all 4 years. Looks like someone started over him in the freshman year, but it looks like he gained himself some games there eventually. Total, I guess, receptions total of his career is 133, 2,250 yards. So definitely got majority of them last season with 912 and 27 touchdowns, which is pretty good. And looks like they gave him 3 rushing attempts.
It was very consistent his first 3 years, 5, 5, 5.
Yeah.
And then he just blew up this year with 12. Jeez.
Well, his yardage and everything.
Yeah.
So, you know what I like? He gets some yak, man. Yards after the catch. Look at this. 13.5, 20, 15.5. And 8.8 is not bad at all either.
That was your fantasy name. Yak is where it's at.
The Yak Attack. Yak is exactly where it's at. But yeah, I mean, so after he catches, let's see, look, scrimmage yards, 260. So average of 15.1 and 27 touchdowns. So I mean, I like him. I would not mind where he goes. He could be Tommy Trimble. For those who don't know who that is potentially a sophomore out of Carolina. So yeah. What do you think about Isaiah Likely?
I like him. Like you said, he seems to be able to get open, which is obviously a good quality in anyone who's trying to catch a ball.
Yeah.
And I don't know, and like I said, that one where he caught it like over the middle, I like to see that. Like, I mean, I know obviously it's a highlight reel, so it's not going to show the bad plays. But
right.
Which is, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I kind of want to like watch just like a game of them, just so I can see the bad plays or see how many bad plays there are.
Right. I mean, but also you got to take into account it's probably not the biggest, schools that he's playing, but he made these other schools look bad.
No, I know.
I mean, look at Zach Wilson. So, but yeah, no, I like what I see. So he's projected to go to Tennessee, which I could definitely see that. Tennessee's hurting there at tight end. He's supposed to potentially go 90th overall to Tennessee, so probably somewhere in the 3rd or 4th, maybe sneaks to the 5th. I don't know, but he's not our top tight end. He's as of now ranked 4th, but that could easily change after this weekend. Bro. So next weekend, what's up?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Trey McBride and Cole Turner in the Senior Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
I was trying to see if he was in it, but I'm gonna check the other team right now.
Okay.
I was Isaiah Likely. There you
in the Senior Bowl.
Yes, sir.
There you go. So we get to see some. I unfortunately can't watch it live. I'm gonna go off on training, so which means you will be here Sunday. Will you be here Sunday?
Yes, I can be here Sunday.
God, you piece of garbage.
You're not gonna what? So I have to record the Senior Bowl? Is that what you're saying?
I'll probably YouTube it or watch it. I'll record it more than likely. Watch it once I get home, and then you and I will probably what?
So we can watch it together.
I won't be here unless you want me to go over freaking Monday. I don't know.
No, that's why I said if you recorded and I recorded, just let me know when you're watching it.
Sounds good to me. Are you going to prevent yourself from watching it though? I mean,
we'll see.
I mean,
I'll try. I can.
We're probably going to be the only two who watch it anyways.
I know.
The two people of like anybody who's Dynasty and whatever. And okay, yeah, all right, I guess. Or as our producer, thank you, producer Tank, you can watch it on the NFLHD.tv.
That's cool.
Look, NFLHD.tv is not only just for NFL season. I know, sorry, it's in your face mark, but I don't care.
I'm over here.
I made this big and large because our other co-workers in the Nerd Huddle are a Bears fan, and I'm a Myles Garrett fan. So, look, NFLHD.tv is not only just NFL. It goes from anywhere from Nickelodeon to Nick Jr. all the way to golf, tennis, basketball, NASCAR. It's got it all. 8-month subscription is about $50, but I typically use it for Red Zone. So thank you, Tank, for the plug-in. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. But I can definitely watch it on NHL HD.tv if I want to, but I will record it and you and I can watch it together as we did last season when you and I discovered Michael Carter. And how bad do you regret not drafting him? I'm just curious because you were really high on him. Do you feel bad for not getting him, or do you feel happy like where you at, or is it kind of like you're okay with it, such as you feel you're okay with the Commanders?
I'm okay with it now.
Okay.
I feel if I look over the whole season, like we'll have to see. It could change going forward, but I think as of right now, like the running backs that I had all had more points than Michael Carter did.
Right. Well, I think
and Pitts produced pretty good, so
yeah. I think Michael Carter will eventually get a bigger role next season. I think it just took a little bit while for him to get into the mix, and plus the Jets had injury issues left and right, and included with Michael Carter. So, but it is Super Bowl weekend next weekend. As for now, we're doing Pro Bowl, Senior Bowl, and Shrine Bowl is tomorrow. We will dive more into that, and we'll talk about it tomorrow during the lunch hour. We will be doing that. We'll jump into the Pro Bowl, talk about more of these rookies coming in. If you're interested in the next coming rookies, look, we've said this multiple times. The Senior Bowl is one of the most funnest games to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You may not know a single player on there, but I guarantee you that game is so fun to watch because you learn who they are, and these guys go all out because why? They're trying to get on an NFL roster somewhere through this game. I remember watching Justin Herbert, Michael Pittman, Antonio Gibson, Jeremy Chin, all these guys. I watched them there, and it is a really good game. It's basically the Pro Bowl for the college guys, and they play their hearts out. It's definitely some really good football, and it's nice to have it actually a week before the Super Bowl, where last year, because of the added week, they had it after the Super Bowl. So they still kept the same schedule, but because NFL changed, I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of liked a little bit more football after the Super Bowl. How do you feel about that? You like it before or after? Or does it build up to it? Does it kind of bum you out? Because after Super Bowl, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. But it's also, I know for me, it used to be after, and I liked it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense, though. The granddaddy of them all, like, that should be probably the last football game of the year.
True. Luckily, though, I'm not entirely too upset because Combine eventually starts a little bit afterwards. So basically 2 weeks, and then the rumors of who goes where and who signs where and who gets extended is a whole month of fantastic football, where it's going. And then next thing you know, it's the draft. It's really a short season the way if you plan it out well. It really is. It's and this is why people are like, oh, we should have more football. I'm like, no, I think it's just fine, because if they played any more football, these guys would be dead.
Oh, the owners will have 18. It'll be 18 games. Don't worry, they're not going to leave it at 17.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, if they played more games, then they would.
It'll be two preseason and 18 regular season games.
So, And then rule changes will happen during that time. Hopefully, maybe the overtime one will get changed.
Yeah, I heard they're discussing it.
So we'll see how that goes. Anything else?
I would like I that game. I just felt was unfair for Josh Allen just to sit on the.
Oh, it was. It was.
Like,
Okay. Legend of Josh Allen ends right there. Him coming back. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, he gets another opportunity. Let's just hope that the Buffalo Bills draft another receiver. Gabe Davis is immersing. So finally, we'll see how that goes.
That guy went off in that
game.
Oh
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for next season. I picked him up just at the right time, and I held on to him for weeks. And I don't think I'll ever drop him, only because I have Josh Allen. So why would I? So, yeah. There's still plenty of football left, even though we don't have much more games left. But even the offseason, there's still a lot going on. And we'll be here every Wednesday. But as for now, good morning, good evening, good night. My name is Martin. This is Mark. And thanks for watching.
Getting hyped when I aim up. Elevating that game up. Stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate.